An Attorney General's office confirms that it's looking into complaints filed against the North Shore solar panel company, Tren Solar.
Our Fox 8 Defenders reports first detailed some homeowners' concerns after the company closed without warning, leaving some of them with non-working systems. We've also learned tonight that before it closed, Tren Solar was barred from doing work in another state. A Jonesboro couple's complaint prompted Arkansas's Residential Contractors Committee to bar Tren Solar from doing work in the state. The complaint said Ann and Larry Crabtree bought solar panels from the company for $70,000. But when they didn't notice any reduction in their electric bill, they discovered their panels weren't ever connected. Public records indicate Tren Solar didn't show up for the Contractors Committee hearing when the board fined the company and decided to bar it last November from doing any work in Arkansas. We first told you about Tren Solar last month when homeowners reached out to the Fox 8 Defenders upset about their expensive, non-working systems. The Covington-based company seemingly vanished without warning, leaving many with few answers about the money they paid and why their panels didn't work.
They installed the panels within 3 days. I was like, wow, this is cool. They weren't kidding, 4 to 8 weeks. Then it was radio silence.
Now John Williams, who says he worked as Tren Solar's lead installer in Louisiana and Mississippi, wonders where owner Timothy Wren Rogers is, because Williams tells us he's still owed wages. How much money are you still owed?
4 weeks of work as a salary employee, so that's not including my gas and my truck, my own vehicle. Salary for $4,400, $4,500, something like that.
Williams says he worked for Tren Solar for 7 months, installing panels on homes. He explains an electrician Tren Solar hired was supposed to come right behind him to connect the panels. But Williams says that wasn't always happening.
I would see him sometimes, and I could tell, but then I just didn't see him on any jobs.
Williams installed panels on Bill Rose's house in Perkinston, Mississippi. As Rose told us last month, the installation happened right after he signed a contract with the company and paid thousands of dollars. But then...
And they told me when they got through on September 29th that it would only be about a week, and then their people in the office would make a call to the co-op and make arrangements for their electrician and an electrician from the power company here to meet here and okay everything, and then they would turn it on. And that was September 29th, and I haven't heard from anyone.
You've not heard anything since September?
No. I've tried calling. With
his system not connected, Rose can't actually use his panels. Jim Dutton of Career, Mississippi is in the same situation. He says his panels were connected, but his electrical company never approved the plan. It's standard practice for that to be done in Mississippi before any work begins. Dutton also says he recently found out the wiring done by the electrician Tren Solar hired was wrong.
They didn't have an approved plan, so they just wired it.
Do you think, as the lead installer of this company, should you bear any blame for the problems that homeowners are having now?
I want to help people. I wish I would have seen or asked more questions or been in the office more to sort of say stop this sooner. But yeah, I'm definitely here to help. Do care.
Williams says Tren Solar's owner, Wren Rogers, fired him when he started asking questions about why electricians weren't connecting installed systems.
That's when I guess he ended it with me. I started asking him about all this, and he just stopped responding.
Williams says that was in March. That same month, Wren Rogers was arrested in Acadia Parish for residential contractor fraud. But the charge was later dismissed after the district attorney told us Rogers paid restitution to the person who lodged the complaint against him. Today, the Attorney General's office confirms it's received 4 consumer complaints about Tren Solar since January, and it's now looking into the company. Some customers, like Jim Dutton, are stuck with the loans they took out to pay for the solar panels. For Dutton, he says that's $99,000 he owes for panels that don't work.
I've had my fair share of bad contractors, but this is probably the worst. You know, you're not talking $10,000, you're talking $100,000.
Williams says he feels terrible about his involvement with Tren Solar. You want to make it right?
Yes, absolutely. And if I was in a place, I would just, help them out of my pocket. That's how I feel about it.
We've tried repeatedly to reach Tren Solar's owner, Ren Rogers, for comment, but haven't been successful. We've heard from homeowners in both Louisiana and Mississippi who bought solar panel systems from Tren Solar that don't work. If you have a consumer issue you'd like us to look into, call the Fox 8 Defenders, staffed with volunteers from the National Council of Jewish Women, or fill out our online complaint form.